Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been such a while, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how I made this Nigerian style seafood boil. If this is your thing, just stay back and relax. You're going to learn how to make it in a few steps. Welcome to Belle Matters. Yes, you can cook that dish at home, and I say this with my full chest because I've been in that shoe. Once I used to think that there were some dishes you could not cook at home, but let me just tell you, with a few tricks and some techniques and your ingredients, you're good to go. Let's quickly get into this recipe, guys. You'll be needing garlic and ginger, fresh ones, salt, cayenne pepper. We'll be using some seasoning cubes for this, some raw eggs not cooked, spring onions and 2 onion balls. You'll also be needing some scotch bonnet pepper. This depends on your pepper tolerance. You can use as much as you can handle. We're going to be using this lemon. It's totally optional. You can skip it if you don't like lemon. I'm also going to be using 1 green bell pepper. It is very compulsory because it's going to add tons of flavor to your sauce. We're going to be using carrots as well. Tatashe. We're going to be using light and dark soy sauce as well. And we're going to be using some sweet corn. If you don't like sweet corn, skip it. Also our Irish potatoes. Some people add sausages, so if you have some sausages around you, go ahead to add those. So for the seafood, I'm going to be using calamari. If you can't find calamari around you, you can skip it. Yes, it will still come out nice. I'm going to be using some crabs. And by all means, if you do not like crabs, you can also skip that. I just use shrimps and prawns or whatever you like and can find. I'm also going to be taking off the heads from the prawns. So if you like, you can leave the heads on. It still works for this recipe. But for me, I like to take the heads off because I'm going to be adding this to my stock. And it adds flavor to my boil, so I just love to take it off and add it to my boil instead of leaving it on the prawn itself. So after taking out the heads, I'm going to go ahead to separate the parts I'll be using from the heads. I'm also going to be using the heads, but of course not the same time, and they are not going to be cooked the same way. So you can see the heads here in this other bowl, and I have the body of the prawns in this other bowl. So I want to go ahead now to clean my prawns. First, I had to sharpen my knife because the skin of these prawns are very tough. You need to use a very sharp knife. So all you have to do is cut through the prawns at the back of the prawn. Just cut through it. Once it's open, you're going to see a vein. It's called the vein of the prawn. You're going to see a long rope just like this. You're going to take that out. That is the intestine of the prawn. That's where all the dirt is stored, and if the prawn was sick before it was killed, that's where it has all the bacteria and disease, so you have to take it out. Okay, now I'm also going to be taking off the legs of the prawn. So I'll just repeat this process for every single one of them, and I will set them aside. So just watch how I do this so that you can thoroughly clean your prawns or shrimps, and you don't eat disease or bacteria or dirt. Yeah, just follow the process. I like to think of cooking seafood boil as a labor of love, especially when you have to clean the seafood yourself. So whenever you even buy this meal or dish from any restaurant, just know that you're not just eating seafood, you're eating someone's hard work. Someone has put in work so that you can have clean, fresh and delicious seafood. So I love to appreciate them, not just for the taste of the seafood, but also for the hard work that they've put into cleaning the seafood. So once you're done taking out the veins from each one of the prawn, go ahead and rinse this thoroughly. If you have to rinse it 3 times, 4 times, go ahead and do it. You can see that from the video that I cleaned this multiple times. And after cleaning this, I'm also going to drain the water of it, because the next step will be marinating the prawns. finally we're done cleaning. So we're going to make sure we don't have water in our prawns because we're about to season this to perfection. But first, let's take care of the heads of the prawns. I'm going to rinse this too multiple times. I go ahead to rinse it. Remember, I told you can as well trash the heads of the prawns, or you can leave it on the prawn itself, but I love to add it to my boil for flavor. It adds this shrimpy, fishy flavor to the boil, and I really love it. That's the reason I add it to the boil. So I'm going to go ahead now to season my cleaned prawns. To season my prawns, I'll be using very hot cayenne pepper because I am Nigerian, and like I said earlier, this is my Nigerian version. I'm also going to be adding soy sauce, light and dark, and because I have added soy sauce, there's no need to add seasoning cubes or salt. And that powder I just added now is a little bit of ginger garlic powder, just a little bit of it. You don't have to overdo it, okay? For prawns, you don't even have to over season it. It's already going to taste great. So all you basically just need is any garlic of choice and your seasoning. It's either you're using salt or seasoning cubes, or you use soy sauce like I did, or you use oyster sauce. Any one of them works. Then go ahead to massage your seasoning into the prawns, and you're going to leave that to marinate while you prepare the rest of your seafood. So the next we're going to be taking care of is our calamari, octopus. And like I said at the beginning of this introduction, calamari is not compulsory, it is optional, because it's even difficult to find. It's just like clams or mussels, they're all difficult to find. But if you find calamari, this is how to clean it so that it doesn't have that funny taste. There's just one taste I don't like, but once you clean it like this and take care of it like this, you're going to enjoy it. So just go ahead and rinse and then cut into desired sizes. You can see how I did mine in the video. After cutting, I'm going to transfer this to a bowl. Then I'll go on to add hot water and salt. This is going to help get rid of that funny, fishy, funny taste. I don't know, it's just funny. I'm going to let this sit for a while, and then I'll take the octopus off the hot water and I'll season it. So I'm just going to be seasoning with light soy sauce, just a bit of it, and flour. The reason for the flour is to get a little bit of crunch from it, but I ended up not deep frying. That's why we didn't get that crunchy effect at the end of this video. So if you want it to be crunchy, you have to flour this and then deep fry it. But I shallow fried and it didn't come out crunchy. But yeah, just add your flour to it and set this aside as well to marinate. And let's move to the next seafood, which is our crabs. Pour some very hot water into your washed crabs. So I already washed these crabs. I'm just only going to rinse it one more time with the very hot water, and I'll set this aside. This one doesn't need any form of marination, just leave it aside. Then go ahead to cut your potatoes. After cutting your potatoes, you cut your carrots, cut your lemon if you're using lemon, and then if you're using sausage as well, you can give the sausage incisions or cut them, and just get everything ready. Once everything is set, we move to our pots to begin cooking our boil. This is what makes it a seafood boil. Now add your water to the half mark of your pot. Then add your minced ginger and garlic to the water. Go on to add your cayenne pepper. You can add less or more depending on your pepper tolerance. Go on to season this with salt and seasoning cubes. You want to make sure this water is well seasoned because this is your broth, okay? Now add your spring onions that you already cleaned. Add some slices of lemon. It's optional, you can do without them. Add your onions. Now go on to add the prawn heads. Remember, you can skip that as well. Add your crab. Go on to add the vegetables at this point, your potatoes and carrots. Now give this a good mix. I added more cayenne pepper because it wasn't as hot as I wanted it to be. Now add your sweet corn and your raw eggs. Okay, this egg is going to be well cooked by the time we are done because you want it to be hard boiled. Okay, now go on to add that and carefully give this another mix. We're going to cover this and let it boil. Okay, I love to check for when the potato is soft, and at this particular time I checked it, the potatoes were already soft and breaking, so I took out the eggs from the boil. Then I went on to drain off the broth. After that, I just took out the lemons, took out the spring onions. You can take out the soft carrots if you don't eat that. So now let's move forward. We're going to add some butter to a skillet or pan and go on to pan sear or pan fry your prawns. Okay, now you're going to make sure you cook this on both sides and make sure that it is well cooked. Once the color of the prawns begin to turn pink, you know that your prawn is ready. You don't want to overcook it, right? So you take it off. I'm going to also be repeating this for the rest of my prawns. And then after frying my prawns, I kept them aside and also did same for the calamari. I shallow fried like I earlier mentioned. If I wanted it to be crispy, I would have deep fry to get that crunchy effect, but I ended up shallow frying. Now I'll take that out, added more butter to my pan. I went on to saute my onions. Okay, I just let the onions sweat and release the sweetness in the onions, you know. Then I'll go on to add my roughly blended pepper mix. My pepper mix is just a mix of tatache, green pepper, spring onions, my atarodo and my shombo. Okay, I'm going to leave a detailed list of this recipe in the description box, so check it out. Right, I'm going to also season this to perfection, and now you're going to leave this to fry. Like, you're going to make sure you fry it properly and make sure the oil is floating on top of your vegetables, on top of your pepper mix. That's when you know that this sauce is ready. Now let's assemble. Okay, I'm using this random foil I got from the market. You can use whatever you like. You can even use a bag and pour in all your boil and all your ingredients, your calamari, your prawns, your sausages, your corn, your eggs. Just pour everything in. There's no technique to this part. Okay, just pour everything in and then pour in your sauce and mix this up. Okay, just mix it up with your sauce, right? So if you have a bag, that's how most restaurants do it. They just mix it in the bag and then they serve. Guys, I'm so happy that you watched to this point of the video. If you really did and you're here, please type seafood in the comment section and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.